Welcome back into Victorious Tarot. So for this video, we are back at it with the Nicola bully case, and we are trying to scratch all of the corners. So in this video, I want to know, what was Emma's husband's reaction when she told him Nicola was missing? What was his reaction to that news? Because if I'm not mistaken, we're all a group of friends, right? So what was his reaction to Nicola's disappearance? Spirit, what can you tell us about Emma's husband's reaction to Nicola's disappearance? Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is a curious, restless energy. Student, spy, curious. Six of Pentacles, being seen, influencer, and victorious. The Emperor in reverse. And we know right now he's controlling, aggressive, and defensive. So it looks like the first thing he's thinking is about Paul. Was Paul successful at whatever this is? I don't know why he would be thinking about Paul in this moment when Paul said everybody was happy. I don't understand why Ed feels this way about you. Death. He's curious about her death, her ending, where she went. So, of course, he doesn't know she's deceased at this point, but maybe he knows something we don't know, you guys. Maybe he's heard some things before between Nicola and Paul would make him think that that would be the outcome of her being missing. He's curious. He's trying to learn what's going on here. And he's thinking Paul might be the one that's victorious in this situation, in my opinion. The Knight of Swords. Scatter energy, unfocused, impatient. The Sun. I think he thinks Paul did it. I think he thinks Paul did it. I'm going to switch the deck. I think this guy thinks Paul has something to do with Nicola being missing. Judgment. So he's curious about her being missing. And the first thing that comes to his mind is death, judgment, Paul. Wow. The Hangman. Change of view. So now we got him going back. He thinks, in my opinion here, he thinks Paul has something to do with this. But then he tries to go against his better judgment, in my opinion, with this Hangman. An intentional pause. So maybe he's stopping to think, could Paul really have had something to do with this? The Ten of Cups in reverse. Disharmony, struggling relationship, and miscommunication. And with this Sun right here, the Sun is usually about fulfillment and abundance. So it makes me feel like he really believes Paul did this because Paul and Emma had a struggling relationship. Like, it was to that point in his mind that he thinks Paul would unalive Nicola or have something to do with unaliving Nicola. That's what I'm getting from this. He really thinks Paul has something to do with this. The Three of Wands in the upright. This card represents travel or waiting on results. So he's thinking about her death. Well, at this point, thinking if she's dead, if she met her judgment, possibly during her travel. And this is a 3 again. 3's all over Nicola when she goes missing. The Lovers in reverse. The choice between two. disharmony and being manipulated. Does he think this is a choice between Paul and someone else? There's a pause here. And then we have these lovers in reverse. The Four of Swords in reverse. Can't recover or being in danger. This is just letting me know he knows Nicola and Paul's relationship was going nowhere. Nowhere. Here, I'm starting to think he was just waiting and trying to figure out when Paul was going to make a move. Like, it seems like everybody around Nicola knew something was going to happen to her except Nicola. So that makes me think Emma does a lot of talking to her men about Paul and Nicola's problems. Because in the end, he's just waiting. Like, if he doesn't feel like he knows for sure Nicola had these issues Paul says she had, and if he thought she felt like she would end her life, if he thought she would end her life, I don't think the cards would be showing up with him thinking Paul had something to do with it. So that's what I have about Emma's husband. This is what he's thinking when Nicola is pronounced missing. When he's told Nicola's gone, the first thing he thinks about is Paul. He was successful. He did it. He did it. I want to take one more card. What else can you tell me about Ed's thoughts on Nicola being missing? Three of Swords in the reverse. Not accepting a loss. So this just makes me feel like it's heartbreaking to him that Nicola is no longer here. Five of Wands, conflict, challenge, competition. So yeah, he's thinking there was a fight. He's thinking there was a fight. Four of Pentacles in the upright. Stability and saving. That just makes me feel like no matter what Paul was going to do, this relationship could not be saved. It could not be saved. It could no longer be saved. That's what I have for Emma's husband. Like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next video.